What's good, traders? Welcome to another day in the bootcamp. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. If you would like to join my community, make sure you click the link in the description below and join the community. But today, guys, it's a Monday, right? Not the best day. I don't know if you guys are watching this on a Monday, by the way, but I'm going to give you guys a little bit of motivation because I know that some of us are watching this bootcamp and it can get a little bit overwhelming, like even with me when I was learning, it gets a little bit overwhelming and sometimes you question yourself like, why am I even doing this? And you get like this brain fog. But hopefully by the end of this video, you guys actually get to a level where you're motivated, you're fueled up again, because we get that, we get that as traders, it's tough. We're our own managers, we're in our own little situation, we're in our own little box, and we kind of got to prove it to ourselves. No matter how hard you think you're working, or no matter how much you're trying to prove to other people, in reality, guys, you're proving yourself, right? And it gets tough when you're trying to prove yourself because our mind is not strong enough to always say that we are correct. And especially like as traders, like we lose like majority of the time. We're not always like profitable, and that's the real thing about trading. Like we are actually just good losers. That's what it is in the markets. And most traders are going to say, no, but I'm successful, I barely hit losses. But I don't believe that. You definitely hit losses. Everyone hit losses, right? And they can make you feel so down. They can make you feel like, is this even for me? Like, should I even trade? Like, I've had moments where I just don't want to trade anymore because I just feel like I'm just losing most of the time. But then I got to look at it as man, how long am I trying to trade for, right? Am I trying to trade for like 1 year, 2 years? And yeah, of course, if I'm losing 1 or 2 months, then yeah, by all means stop. But I then think to myself, like, if I really want to be successful, I'm going to probably trade for the rest of my life, until I get retired. Like in the UK, I think retirement age is like around 60 or 70 years old. Like, I don't really know exactly what age it is. But, if I'm trading till, let's say I trade till 50 years old, right? I'm literally in my 20s right now. So that's 30 good years of trading. Now, I've basically traded for 5 years, so I'm pretty much like not even close to 30 years. But then I look at it as if I have a losing year or 2 years or 3 years, that's not even like 10% of, my journey. That's nowhere near my like 10% of my journey. You have to like lose, I think, 6 years of losing to even if you're trading for 30 years to even get to a level where you've lost like 20%, right, of your journey. And even that is still very, very low. So most of us that if you guys are going through like a losing streak or you're going through like brain fog or no motivation, especially when you like lock yourself up. And I actually was speaking to my Discord members. I was just telling them that, this whole monk mode and this whole like locking in and staying away from people, like, guys, we're humans, right? We're not monks bold in the flipping desert. We're humans, And like for someone like me, I grew up in South London. Like I have to, like, it's in my nature to be social. Like it's in my nature. Now, you don't just be social with anyone, you be social with the right group. And that's what's gonna make you a better person. And like I literally came to this realization like a few weeks ago, because even me, like I go through lockdown periods. Like I lock down, don't socialize, like literally I grind hard, right? And I just think to myself, like, yeah, I'm progressing with my businesses. Yeah, I'm progressing with trading. Yes, I'm progressing with the things I like, but I'm not progressing within my life. Like, my life is way more important than anything. And trading is not just a source of income, trading is our journey in life, guys. And I know some of us find it so hard to find other traders, and that's why I actually made a Discord server. Like I found it very hard to find legitimate traders, and I still find it hard, especially in the industry that we have. Like no one wants to share that they're a trader, and I totally get it. Like I don't want to share to people that I'm a trader because no one really gets it. No one gets trading. You know, especially like every time I speak about trading, like people always say, yeah, but like you lose most of the time. Yeah, I've heard friends that lose a lot of capital, and it's like in my head, I'm just thinking they're not disciplined. That's why they lose. But I'm disciplined enough to realize that, and so I am better. But I don't look at it that way because when people tell me that, it kind of puts you down. It kind of puts you in a feeling where it's like, damn, is trading actually good or not? And so then I have to watch like these external videos because I don't have friends that are traders. And then it's like, oh, there it could happen. But then if I was socializing and I did find friends that, are traders, like now I have, a couple people that trade around me, I socialize with other traders and it's pretty cool. But before, it was so difficult for me to even think if it's real, especially when you're on the internet. Like, you guys are probably watching me. You probably don't even know how I live, which is totally fine. And so you might even doubt, is trading even real? Like, is this guy really making money? And that's completely fine. Like, you can have that doubt. But the thing is, guys, you gotta prove to yourself that trading is for you. Like, I can be a good trader. I can be profitable. I can be waking up every single day trading, showing live trades, trading with the Discord members, right? But you got to prove to yourself that you're good. You got to prove to yourself that your system is great. And you got to keep doing it every single day. You got to turn up, right? And you got to keep turning up. I use this example where, like, if I wanted to hit the gym and let's say I go to someone and I ask for advice, most of the time, the advice that I would get is just turn up every single day, do it for like 5 to 10 years. There's no way of losing. And it's pretty much the same thing in trading. Like, turn up every single day. There's no reason for you guys to lose. Like, literally, just put in that time, put in that effort. You never know. There's going to be like this series of months that you just flip and then everything just works out. Yeah, you might have a few losses here and there, but there's gonna be a period where everything works out, guys. And I can promise you, like, what's so crazy, guys, and I want to just share this with you is when I started off as a trader, like I was doing well. I was doing very, very well. But the problem is I didn't have the right people around me, the right energy around me, the right frequency. And so then when I went to university and I just stopped trading. Like, I didn't really have the interest for trading. And as a person, I wasn't actually feeling great. I was doing so well in trading and I just stopped. And then when I got back into trading and I realized that trading was more than just making money, because back then I was making money. I made my first $1,000 in the market. I was scaling, like I was making $500, $600, $400, like on small accounts, by the way. It wasn't like I was trading prop firms. Back then there wasn't any like I didn't know prop firms back then. So I'm trading and I'm trading like enough to where I could be doing it as a full time, but I didn't because I didn't have the motivation to do it. But guys, when I stopped, I should have continued. And when I went right back, I went even harder. I said to myself that that's it. I'm going to trade for the rest of my life because I like this source of income. I like the way trading is. And I look at it as like, I was literally talking to my girlfriend literally like a few hours ago, and I was like, the UK taxes, they tax you like 20% of your annual wage. That means that you're giving away like 2 to 3 months for free. Like, you're literally working 2 to 3 months completely free, right? Because that's 20% is like 2 to 3 months, right? I was just thinking to myself, like, am I really about to do this? Like, do I want to choose that route? Or do I want to like sacrifice maybe a year or two and then get to a level where I can become a millionaire? I've been trading for 5 years and I know that the next 5 years that I have, I am going to be a millionaire, guys. Like, I believe it. I know I'm going to hit that 6, 7, 8 figures, I don't know about 9. I'm going to be real. Like, we have to be realistic. But, with the growth that I've had just by 5 years, I know I can hit like the next milestones that I need. I just need to turn up and just do it. Like, and obviously it's not just turning up, it's actually doing it and actually, you know, physically trading and taking the losses and being disciplined and making sure that I don't get that psychology factors hitting me like greed and things like that. And it's funny because on my screen, guys, I have a post-it note, right? I have these post-it notes, right? And I've written, don't be greedy, because that was one of the worst things for me, because I grew up in not the best neighborhood. I grew up where it's either eat or be eaten, right? And obviously, you guys, I don't know, I'm not trying to say like I've grown up in the worst neighborhood. There probably is worse neighborhoods, but the mindset that my area had was eat or be eaten, and everyone's greedy. Like, everyone, like, it's in your nature to be greedy. And I had to tap myself out of that. I had to like really like get out of that situation, because If I kept that mindset, I would have never become a trader, because trading, you really can't be greedy, guys, right? So if you're really thinking to yourself that is trading for yourself, think about it. Like, do you want to be in this situation for the rest of your life? Like, do you? Like, I looked around me and I was like, I don't want to be in this situation. Like, guys, I literally went through a process where I just removed everyone off social media. I deleted the app and I locked in and I really focused. Now, back then, it was actually the best thing I've ever done. But now that I'm older, I realized that actually I should have networked the right way. There's locking in, but then it's like you're locking in and doing the right thing for yourself and your business, but then your life needs a balance. You need to be social to network with the right people to actually fast forward that life, right? I stayed in a box, but then when I started to network, I actually got more opportunities networking in the right places. When I started trading in there was a nice area called Canary Wharf in the UK, in London, where all the corporate jobs or all the corporate people are, and I was trading there. Right? I was trading there. I was literally going cafes trading. I was literally sitting outside trading, like seeing these people motivated me. I was sitting on the train trading, and then people like call me, call me. They'll chat to me and say, "Oh, what's this? You know, you're trading. Boom, boom, boom." Take my social media, and I'm networking, right? But when I was trading by myself, I wasn't. And then what did that do? It helped me like gain more energy to trade and become better at this trading. And that's literally the cycle of how things become better. So if you guys are looking yourself and you know what, do that. You know, if you have to stay this, I think the first, I recommend you guys, right? The first few months as a trader, kind of lock yourself in. You know, it makes sense. Lock yourself in. You don't really tell anyone. Like, just lock in. Maybe go through this boot camp a few times. You know, trial and error yourself. And then after, like, once you are confident, start to like not network actively, but start to go out to places where you would like to be. So for example, for me, it's like I wanted to be around these corporate people that actually worked and had a high wage, because their energy was like they were working. They were working. Obviously, I didn't want to be a 9 to 5er, but there was business owners there. There was people that were, you know, just in the cafe as well, just chilling. You know, who chills in a cafe? And this is like Costa Coffee kind of cafe, or like Starbucks or something like that, a little bit more high end. Who chills in a cafe at like 10 a.m. or midday, 1 p.m. on a Monday? Who? If you're unless you're working, you can't, right? Unless you're a businessman, you know, you can't. So I started to chill around those people. Like instead of going to a normal gym, I went to a little bit more higher end gym, like so I can go and see like people who are actually investing in their health. Right? I started to do that. Now, obviously, there's different ways to do things, but I would recommend like the first few months, like lock in, obviously, but then actually go out, get the frequency, guys, because you can't do it by yourself. Like, you physically can't. There will be a moment in your life where you get fed up, like you get annoyed, and you just feel like, is this even worth it? Like, is it worth the troubles that I'm getting? Is it worth the amount of money that I lost? Because that's the thing with trading, like you lose a lot of money and you keep going through that cycle until you really just sit down. And I did this, like I sat down and I just told myself, like, do I really want this? Like, do I want this bad enough? You guys need to ask yourself the same thing. Like, do you want this bad enough? Like, are you obsessed with the markets, or you just want money? And if you just want money, like, you can easily change your mindset and really understand the depth of how money isn't actually the goal. It's the frequency that you get, and you know, the freedom that you get, and the comfortability that you can live. You know, those are the goals. Money can never be a goal. Money is just the gateway to those things. But not only that, it's a thing where like you guys need to really, really lock in and know your why. Like, your why is what's gonna drive you. If you guys are sitting down and you know you got children, or you're going to school, or you got a 9 to 5, like that can be a strong why. But then eventually what's going to happen is when you do leave that 9 to 5, it's like the why is kind of done. And so you lose drive. So you need to always continually ask yourself. And that's why journaling is important. Like, not just journaling as a trader, but journaling as a whole. It's important, you know, understanding your why and keep refreshing yourself with your goals. Like, I literally made like my friend, literally once, literally a friend that I made a few months ago now. And when we first met, like he was on the same frequency as me. You know, he's a business. He wanted to go in business, and he helped me. Like he said, you know, make a manifesto. And so we made a manifesto. He made one. I made one, and like I read it, and I don't read it every single day, but sometimes I'll just be when I feel down, like I scroll through and I read it. And a manifesto is basically you write things down. It's like a mood board or vision board, but it's something more in depth. It's not just a bunch of photos or a list of things that you want. It's more in depth. Like it's a story of how you want to live. Like it's your future self talking in this manifesto, saying that, you know, you want to be the best trader in the world, or you want to hit this figures, you want to do this, you want to do that. And then you go and you conquer it, and you keep reading and you keep manifesting it. And I created this thing, and it helps me drive. It might sound crazy, but these are the things that human behaviors kind of clock into, and it just keeps pushing. And especially like when you like speak into the universe, like the universe does reflect back, and if it really helps, you know. Like when I was younger, like I always told myself, you know, I really want to live in my own apartment. Like I really do. And, you know, we thank God, but we got to the level where I'm able to live in my own apartment. You know, I live with my girlfriend, and I literally live in my own apartment. Like I can wake up whenever I like. I don't, you know, like, I don't have that restriction to, you know, I don't have that responsibilities, you know. And so that was one of my like missions, and I achieved it. And now next is like, I want to go and keep going, you know, go for a larger one and keep going, right? And the reason why I'm able to do this is because, like, I get to, when I feel down, I just keep going. Like, I just keep going, right? And I was literally just thinking about this the other day. Like, everyone talks about discipline, but they don't know what is discipline. Like, what is it, right? And I actually I think I'll be able to explain it to you guys. But I feel like discipline is not the days that you want to do something, it's the days that you don't want to do something. And that's discipline, is doing things when you don't want to do it. And I'm going to just leave that in there for you guys. And I'm going to repeat it one more time, actually. Yeah. Discipline is not the things that you want to do, it's the things that you don't want to do. And it's doing it. So, for example, you wake up, you feel tired, you don't want to hit the gym, but you go anyways. That's discipline. You come back from the gym, you feel tired, you want to take a nap, but it's your training session. What do? You do your training session. That's discipline. You're done with your training session, you lost, but you still took feedback, you still journaled, you didn't give up. That's discipline. Doing that over 3, 6, 9, 12 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, there's no reason for you guys to fail. Like, literally, there's no reason. Like, I wish I could just come through the camera, like literally slide through the camera and like tell you to your face, like, there's no reason for you guys to fail. Like, literally no reason. Because you're doing the right things, you're doing on a consistent basis. The only thing that needs to happen now is the universe to literally reward you for the hard work you've done. That's literally it. Like, you just got to keep turning up. You literally just got to keep doing it, keep being disciplined, keep turning up, keep doing the same things again and again, and it'll get boring. And literally, one of my main focuses is to focus on the one thing. Like, I've seen like so many friends of mine, I've seen so many people that I knew, they keep changing their course of journey, and I literally see it, and I see that that's what's stopping them, and that's what's stopping you guys. Like, stop changing your strategy, stop changing the way you're doing things. If something's working, keep repeating it. Like, keep going, don't stop. Like, literally keep going. Don't let some influencer on Instagram or TikTok change your strategy because they're making more than you. You never know, your strategy, if you keep working on it and fine tuning it, you might be able to get to that level. But because every time you change course or you do anything, think of it as you are restarting that race. All that hard work you've done is erased, it's finished. And I kept falling for that. In my first few years, I could have cut my first few years, guys. I could have, and I really believe it. I really feel like if I stopped hopping on different trends and hopping on different things, and then I stopped trading and I went onto social media and I did this and I did that, if I just stopped and I just focused on trading, I think I would have been at a much better position, or would have been in this position right now, but a little bit more earlier. Why? Because I would have just stuck to it. Unfortunately, I didn't do that, but that's fine. You know, I made the mistakes. You don't need to make those mistakes. You don't need to do that. So even if you're watching this and you're like 16 years old, or even if you're like 20, 30, 40 years old, doesn't matter how old you are, focus on this one thing, right? I've literally seen like 40-year-old traders, 50-year-old traders, like they literally just starting. And within a few years, they're on six figures. They've passed prop firms. They're doing good. And you guys can do the same thing. And time doesn't matter. What matters is you and your turn up rate. So if you're feeling down, if you're feeling tired, that's fine, that's normal. But don't let that stop you. Yes, take a break for one day, take a break for 2 days. And by all means, guys, like take a break, it's fine. But don't just give up. Don't just stop doing what you're doing. Continue pushing. Life is like a marathon. Yeah, during the marathon, you might slow down a bit, you might walk, but make some sort of motion. Keep going. Slow motion is better than no motion. So keep going. Life is not a sprint. You don't have to constantly run. You can slow down. You can walk, but just don't stop and turn around and give up and forget about that finish line. Don't stop. That finish line means more than just winning. That finish line has deeper meaning to you. That finish line is the reason why you woke up today and you're watching this video. The finish line is the reason why you are going to make it as a trader. The finish line is why you're going to take your family out of the situation they're in. The vision is always going to be there. The finish line is always going to be there. You just got to keep going and keep getting one step closer to that finish line. That finish line is not moving, guys. That finish line is not moving. All you have to do is keep turning up. Keep doing it. When I started this boot camp, I had no motivation to continue YouTube because it's like there were so many YouTubers, different trends, and I was getting confused, I was getting brain fried, and I felt burnt out. And then I ended up, doing the boot camp, and I told myself, you're going to get burnt out, but you're going to keep doing it because there's traders out there that need this information. And I said to myself, I'm going to keep doing it, and I'm going to keep turning up, and I'm going to keep doing it. During this process, guys, I've had my computer crash on me, the editing software didn't work, the hard drive is full, right? This is like around 50 videos. That's around half an hour long, right? And it's 4K, it's a lot of storage. I went through it, but that's part of the journey. Even with managing the boot camp, the Discord, the trading, it gets difficult, but I enjoy it. Why do I enjoy it? Because that's I want to get to that finish line. I want to get to that level that I want to achieve, that I want to reach there. And every day I turn up, I'm going to get one step closer. And the way I kind of motivate myself, and I'm very competitive, guys. I'm a very competitive guy, right? I went to a sports school when I was younger. I'm a very competitive person. And so when I see someone else working harder, I don't look at it as, oh, they're doing better than me, or I don't look at it in a negative way. I look at it as, okay, he's working, cool. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do twice as much as they're doing. And I'm going to keep going. And I use myself as like a machine, right? And I'm a very competitive person. So if someone else, in my mind, if I think that someone else is doing that work, I want to do it as well and do it better or do it more. That's how my mind thinks. And you guys should think like that too. Obviously, don't go crazy mode and do sleepless nights and become like the best trader in the world. Think you're going to become the best trader in the world. Keep a balance. Don't just go crazy mode. Life is a balance. You got to keep the balance, right? Be social, network, trade, lock in, read, manifest, right? But you need to just keep pushing. This is something that I always say to myself, guys. If you're not doing it, someone else is. And you don't want someone else to be better than you. You don't want someone else out there to be better than you. If you don't feel motivated today and you don't turn up, someone else is turning up and filling in your position. You don't want them to fill your position. Every time you don't turn up, guys, you're just going one step away from the finish line. And someone else is going 2-3 steps ahead. All it takes is for you to turn up. All it takes is for you to continue going. And it's tough. It's going to be hard. But imagine when you make it and you're sitting in front of a fireplace. You're looking at the sky with maybe your girlfriend or your wife and your children. And you're literally telling your family, look, guys, the days I was struggling, I envisioned this. And that's why we're here. Imagine that, guys. Envision the future. Envision the feeling that you would feel when your family around you, your friends, are looking back and you guys are just looking at the tough times and just laughing about it, saying that, imagine if I just stopped, I wouldn't have reached this level. Right now, guys, if you haven't made it to the finish line, you're just writing your story. You're writing your journey. This is all part of the journey. Every person's journey is a roller coaster. It goes up, it goes down, it makes the loops, right? It's going to be tough, but you got to keep going. Don't stop, guys. Like, honestly, don't stop. And I'm saying this in the bottom of my heart, guys. Like, you guys that are watching this, you guys that are going through the hardest thing. Training is the hardest thing, guys. If you can do it and push through, you can conquer anything in this world. Like, literally, because trading is a lifestyle. Trading is more than just making money, clicking buttons on the charts. Trading is discipline. It's pushing through them losses, pushing through it's a battle against yourself. It's literally a battle against yourself. It's you versus your own person. It's like a reflection on the mirror. You got to keep pushing, guys. Keep going. Don't stop, because the clocks ain't stopping. Keep going. Keep pushing. Keep going through those hurdles. Continue doing it. Because like I said, life is not a sprint. It's a marathon. In marathons, you get tired. You feel like giving up. Imagine all those people around you. Think about your family. They're all cheering you. Think about your friends. They're all cheering you, pushing you to keep going. Your future self is counting on you, guys. Your future self is at that finish line, waiting to applaud you, waiting to give you your flowers. Do not give up. Don't disappoint your future self. Giving up should not be in your vocabulary. Quitting should not be in your vocabulary. I can't cannot be in your vocabulary. I shouldn't should not be in your vocabulary. I will, you will, we will, guys. We will do this. And that's pretty much it for today, guys. I hope you guys are motivated. I know we took a little dark turn right there, but I really have to look at you guys through your screen and really tell you to lock in. This is it now. We're near the end of the bootcamp. Literally a few more days, guys. Lock in now. It's time. It's time for you to lock in and really do it. There's no more if this, buts this. There's no more scrolling through the internet. There's no more of that. It's time for you to do this. It's your time. It's your journey. It's your moment. Keep going. Don't stop. And if you quit, I'm going to make sure you don't quit. I'm going to haunt you. I'm going to keep telling you, because you're not going to quit, bro. Like, honestly, you're not going to quit. You're deep down. You're like what are we in, day 45? You watched this whole boot camp and you want to quit now? Don't do that. Honestly, bro, don't do that. Because I always look back and I try my best to always make sure I make my future self proud, but also my previous me, younger me. I want to make him proud. The guy that was struggling, the guy that was pushing through toughest times, the guy that had to push through everything to get to this level. He wouldn't quit. Yeah, cool, life is tough. Life isn't going to get any easier, guys. Life isn't going to get any easier. Let's see how far this takes us, guys. Comment down below how far you're in. Comment down below if you got this. Comment down below a message to your future self, guys. Literally, comment down below a message to your future self. Like, literally do that while I'm speaking right now. Comment down below a message to your future self. And in a year or two, come back to this video. Don't forget, come back to this video and tell yourself if you made it or not. So I can't wait to see you guys. That's pretty much it, guys. See you later.